It really may have something to do with his claw. I'm not 100% sure, but...
Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. Guys, we've got, it's been a long, you remember our last video. If you didn't see it, Spruce talked to us,
oh my gosh,
the goats, the neighbors, the county next to us, the state next to us.
Non-stop, all
day. And it was a lot.
Yeah.
But today we've got some bad news and some good news. So let's start with the bad news. Long story short, Mr. Hercules got himself a little injury. And I panicked, I freaked out. Shannon came and helped me, saved the day. And she's gonna administer a little bit more. So we'll give you some updates on that.
I'm gonna try.
She's gonna try, she's gonna kill it. But we'll tell you that story. We gotta go down there and help him out a little bit. It was rough, he's doing okay, but it's never fun when one of your animals gets hurt. Especially big, lovable Hercules.
Oh man, big old teddy bear.
Thank the Lord, today, Spruce ain't doing all the yelling and screaming. Yeah, it was funny, but I will just refer back to that video anytime I want to hear that much of it. But I think the heat has passed, at least for Mama. Don't know about Bluesy.
Hi, big guy.
Hi, buddy boy. You're doing great, mister.
Can I come in and see you? Stay in there. Let me come in. Good boy.
Hi, buddy.
Good boy.
You probably already see it. This back left leg here,
Guy.
we got a little injury down here on the paw. And it was not fun. So Hercules may take after me a little bit in that he doesn't like wasps, he doesn't like horseflies, bees, anything that flies and could nibble on him or sting him. He yelps, and a lot of times if they get him good, he's down in Goatville, he'll yelp from down there, come up here, get into his house, and he will stay there for hours. I mean, all throughout the day till we come back for the evening feeding. He also yelps if he stubs his toe, if he wags his tail into something sharp, or if he hits the electric fence. He's just a little bit of a yelper.
He's kind of a big baby.
He's a big baby, but would kill anything that he needed. It's the weirdest thing. Oh yeah, it's windy today, by the way. Hopefully the mics are doing a good job at shielding that. So yesterday we heard a yelp. It was, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour after the morning feeding. And I saw him come up from Goatville, you know, like a normal jog up through Goatville after yelping after something. And he paced a couple times, then he went and laid down under the Hercut, the pallets next to his house over there.
I know.
He stayed there all day. Again, boy who cries wolf. I didn't think anything of it. We were working with Bruno and working on some other projects.
I don't want him having weight on that back foot. He doesn't, does he?
He's actually keeping it up.
Okay.
But it's definitely gonna put a little bit of weight on it.
I love you, big guy.
So I didn't come down and feel the need to check on him. I just thought, oh, he hit the electric fence or something. And you know, it was kind of cool and sunny yesterday, so it was a beautiful day for them to be laying out in the sun and napping, and that's what they all did except for Spruce. Oh wait, no, that's not what any of them did, was
No,
it?
none of them did that.
That was today.
Just Herc, yeah.
So I came down for the evening feeding. Shannon was wrapping up editing and everything. I walk in, the goats tattle that I'm here. He normally, the moment I touch this gate, he's out of the house, he's over here, we're getting his hugs, he gets first attention. But he stepped out and clearly yelped and was hobbling on this back foot. And at the time, it was actually bleeding a little bit because he had put some pressure on it. We inspected as best we could. I called Shannon, she came down. I'm so proud of her because she doesn't do owies, as she puts it. I don't do things nose related and snot and booger related, and she doesn't do things blood and owie related, but she kind of had to because I'm holding on to him and keeping his weight off of it and everything. And we got the blue spray, and then we had a little powder antibiotic that we had from a little procedure Nala had, just had a little spot removed. We were able to clean it, get that stuff on there, really kind of assess. He did a good job at letting us take a look at it, make sure there was nothing in there. Because when you buy property like this and nobody has lived on it for decades, you're gonna find glass, you're gonna find needles, you're gonna find pokey weird things, metal things that you really don't want your animals getting a hold of or harming themselves on. We've tried very hard in Goatville to remove those things as much as possible. There's still stuff that we've got to find, but that being said, that was my initial thought. It looked like, and we're not going to go into full detail and zoom in on everything, but it looked like maybe he was missing a claw. It looked like maybe there was something wedged in a cut, but we were able to dig down, and I don't think that's the case. So if we can just keep pressure off of it, he's got a little bit of his pain medication that he had left over from when he was neutered. So we self-administered that and he did fantastic. He ate 2 bowls of food last night. He's being a real trooper. And I also know sometimes when he gets a little injury, he'll milk it for a little bit of extra attention. But in this case, we want him to, because we want him to stay off of it and get healed up, buddy. Yeah, everybody does. So he, again, you got to be careful when you're dealing with hurt animals. You know, as much as we love and trust him and we get so close to him, you go touching an injury on him, you might get a different version of him. But we did great. The teamwork was good. Hercules worked well with us and everybody was safe. Minus the little injury, huh, bud? I know it.
It really may have something to do with his claw. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see.
Which it very well could have got wedged in, you know, a couple of rocks or...
I just hope he didn't rip his claw out or anything.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and called the vet today to see when we could get him in, and honestly, their first appointment was like the beginning of April. So I kind of panicked a little bit. We already have an appointment scheduled for Bruno next Monday to do all of his normal checkups, his shots, all that stuff. And so I told him, I said, well, if we have to, can we maybe bring Hercules in with Bruno and get both of them looked at the same time? But I'd really like him to get in a lot sooner than that. So she called me back and they're gonna see him tomorrow morning at 10:45. So we at least have an appointment to get him taken care of. So in the meantime, I just really want to get his foot wrapped up so nothing else can get in there, get some more of that antibiotic spray on there, the antibiotic powder, all that stuff.
Yeah, if we had to wait till the beginning of next month, it's either going to be healed or, you know, infection or something could set in, or if they have to do any kind of procedure, we may be beyond that. So very grateful that they were able to squeeze us in, and he's pushing me.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't put weight on that leg, Dad. I'm going to put it on you.
He just wants to lay on whoever it is that's loving him right now.
Making it awkward. You know, both he and Bruno spend more time than I know any other dog has spent upside down belly
on their
up.
backs. Yep.
I rolled Bruno over to do a tick check today, and I thought he was going to fight me, and I started looking under his legs, and he's just like, look anywhere you need, no problem. So this helps a lot, and if you guys have been with us a while, you know that we have taken the time as they have grown to touch them places so that, you know, when I need to clip their nails or we need to administer medical attention, they're used to it. And it works out. You just got to be gingerly with the actual injury itself. All right, so let's throw the camera on the tripod. It's not quite feeding time for everybody yet, so they're actually being pretty good. And Shannon, you had a pretty good theory about why they're being much better today.
Yeah, I think they're all exhausted from having to listen to Spruce all day yesterday.
He was still going even a little after dark.
Oh yeah. You can see his little feet right on the other side of the feeder. Okay, let me go grab the spray and we'll get everything started.
Sounds good. You know, the one nice thing about him being isolated in here for a little bit is that he's had full-time access to his food again.
That's true.
I caught him having a little snack at 1 in the morning. So that is another thing. We isolated him in this nursery, or yesterday and today it's the infirmary.
Hadn't thought about it that way, but it's true.
Multiple purposes, huh, buddy? Do you want to lay down with me? I'm going to sit where one of your Herc bombs was that I just raked out. Totally worth it, huh? Do I need to move in closer so
Okay.
actually kind of cuddle and lay down?
Yeah.
I want to see if he's going to lay down with me. Which leg is up? The injured leg?
The injured leg.
Okay, let's leave it alone for just a second. He's already a little curious with all your tools down here.
Yeah, I know.
Here we go. Here we go.
That's a good boy, Herc.
Hey, come forward though.
That's a good boy.
There we go.
All right, buddy. Oh, looky there. You gonna let me see it?
That's a good boy. You're okay.
It's okay. It's just disinfectant, like an Okay. I'm not gonna try to do anything else. I'm just gonna spray it and wrap it, okay?
Mom, you shoot me in the face here.
I'm sorry.
Good thing Dad shielded my face.
Daddy's the best.
I got hit.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
You're doing great, buddy. That's a good boy. How'd you get this muds in your furs?
You're okay. You're okay.
I got you. I got you, buddy. It's okay. Stay with me. Stay with me.
Neither of us are trained professionals in this whatsoever, but we wanted to try to do as much as we could for him to kind of protect and preserve it until we can get him into the professionals.
You're okay.
But your gloves make you look pretty professional.
Yes, a good boy. It's a good boy. You're doing so great.
Yeah, you are.
It's a good boy.
I'm proud of you. You're okay. You're okay. I'm a left-handed person trying to use scissors with my right hand.
You got me beat. I'm using right or I ain't cutting.
You're okay, buddy.
You're okay. Hey, hey.
It's okay, bub.
It's okay. I promise you.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
It's gonna make you feel better.
That's a good boy.
Good boy, Herc. I am so proud of you, big guy.
Stay with me.
You're doing so good.
Stay back here with me. Yeah, stay back here with me. That's a good boy. I got you, buddy. Stay with me. Stay with me. She's helping.
If he goes haywire, we just kind of stop, hold our hands back, and
Hey, look at it this way. You get all that attention that you always want.
All to yourself.
There's not even any goats in here.
Okay, I need to start with that.
okay. Slow and steady actions. He's actually kind of starting to rest a little bit.
He's a good boy.
He did just tell me that he likes being doctored by us more so than
Then the vet.
anybody else.
That's a good boy.
Almost there, buddy.
You're doing great.
I'm gonna let you rest your foot for just a second, okay? Here's the thing, buddy. If anything, we just gotta keep you from putting that foot down on the ground and putting pressure on it, okay? It's just like a reminder that you have a Band-Aid on there. You know?
Okay, Mom, I don't think I'll forget now. What the heck is this funny looking thing on my foot?
That's your mommy's handiwork.
Yeah.
What do you think? 90 seconds and you have that thing off of there?
It's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't think it's gonna take too long.
He's a boy.
I say we can at least try this though and see how he does with this.
Okay.
Good job. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. Now can you just relax and let it stay on there?
He's such a gentle giant with us.
I still don't feel like I did very good, but
Hey, you know, we cleaned up in here as best we could, but I mean, goats and Herc live here, so. He was starting to use my forearm as a pillow and lay his head down to sleep.
I got you some chicken jerky. What do you think about that?
Let's sit up here.
You want to sit up first? You're not trying to swallow it upside down?
Kind of want to
Golly.
see how he does with this.
If it falls off as soon as he stands up?
Yeah, you that too. Good job, buddy. That's how you do it right there. You just let it be.
He says, I'm embarrassed, Mom.
It makes me hurt thinking about him stepping on it, honestly. It doesn't mean that you're ready to go out there, big guy.
I need to go talk to my spruce about this.
Ask Spruce to come talk to you about it, okay?
No, I heard him all day yesterday. I don't need to hear that no more.
I bet he'll come over to the fence and see you.
So I did a little quick studying and I actually found it very similar to a human experience. The very first time I went snowboarding, my boots rubbed my big toe wrong and I was so sore. Long story short, the nail totally just died and fell off all the way down at the root. And so my job then was to monitor the growth of my nail, and you're supposed to kind of clip it, make sure obviously it's not growing back into your toenail, and you just got to trim it as you need to let it regrow the way that it's supposed to. Same exact thing for dogs.
Oh.
Even if it's a break or if it's actually completely removed, it will grow back, but just like with a human, you've got to make sure it's going to grow back correctly. And the most common thing I saw was that even if you go see your vet, that's what they're going to do. They're going to clean it, and they say pain medication is typically,
Okay.
that's all they can give them.
It was not a wasp, guys.
That was a lethal ladybug. Trying to sneak up on me. I was dumping some good information here.
Well, they may actually be able to get it more clean than what I've been able to, because
Yeah.
I just can't get in there, you know, like a doctor can.
Well, and I noticed when he was neutered and he came back home, his nails were looking nice and trimmed. So what they did when he was put under for the neutering was they went ahead and just trimmed his nails. So
Yeah.
that may be what they have to do, because I don't know how he'll do with them
Yeah.
versus us. So, you know, if they need to sedate him, I'm all for it. That way he's comfortable, they're comfortable, and can really assess what's going on and make sure they get it coming back the way that it needs to.
I'll be comfortable because I'll know that he's not feeling all that pain in the moment.
Just part of it, guys. It was really hard when I came down. I felt guilty that I should have come and checked on him, but man, if I came down here every time one of these guys moaned, groaned, yelped, or anything, we'd be down here 24/7.
Sometimes he'll put out a little yelp if it's Luigi hitting him too hard, or, you know, I mean, there's so many different reasons.
This
that,
is way TMI, but sometimes he has like a power poo.
I know, that's what I was trying
And
not
at
to
the
say.
end of that power poo, there's a little, you know, and you look over and that's all he's doing. And then he has to do 2 speed laps around the hurt cut, and he scrapes his feet off, and he's like, all
Yep.
better. We've all done it. We've all been
Oh my
there.
gosh.
Oh, buddy.
Okay, well, let's get his house moved in here so that he's got a comfortable place that he's used to sleeping, and then let's take them on our walkabout.
Yeah, we're gonna move on to the better news that we talked about in the beginning of the video. So I think we're on the right direction here. We've got him going to the vet tomorrow, and this is about as good as Shannon and I are qualified to do. Great job, by the way.
Thank you. Thanks for holding them.
Oh, it was pretty hard. So a lot of you guys have commented, because you always see me on the tractor, and well, it's because it's always me on the tractor. Even though I did give Shannon a lesson some months ago whenever we first got it.
One time.
I have offered many times.
I know. I actually have preferred for you to do most of the tractor work, just because there's so many steps to like prep it, like get it started and running. At least you made it kind of sound that way. Maybe it isn't actually that way. Anyway, besides all that.
Well, the tractor was still really new to me. So I was still kind of learning, like, when do I need to re-grease the front loader or the top link, or check the air pressure in the tires and all that. Well,
So he told me every time.
maybe. I didn't know. I thought it would be safer to check it every time. But, you know, after I have about 82 hours of my own time on it, that was a lot. So there were a lot of things that I knew I didn't have to check every single time, or depending upon how much I use the front end loader, do I need to grease it, whatever. That being said, Shannon and I have had some conversations, and she's had some desires to use the tractor for certain things. She's like, you know, I want to do some stuff on the trail. I want to be able to take the trash down the road, go get it, move some of the dirt, rocks, or the straw, compost, whatever. I say, hey, here's my challenge. You just need to spend a week every single day, use that tractor, and I'll help you put and take implements on and off, attachments, we'll do all of that. You just need the time in the cockpit going.
So I have 2 hours in on my first tractor project.
And she
Pretty proud of myself.
did great. I never had to help her or anything.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I only hit one tree with the bucket.
With the bucket, not too hard.
Yeah, not too hard. Kyle did stop me from hitting another tree. It was really super close. And he had to bail me out a couple times because I got into positions where I just, quite frankly, didn't know what to do.
Tight turns back here, and there are times that to make the turn between some trees, you have to lift the bucket all the way up. When you do that, you're raising the center of mass all the way up, so if you turn real sharp and hit a rock or something, those are the times that tractors tip over.
Scary.
So I did kind of instill a little more fear in her than I probably had to, but that's the way to do it. I ride in cars with her all the time, so I knew what I needed to do.
I ride in cars with you all the time.
You're welcome. No, but here's what we did. Here was her desire. Look at our trail. It was covered in just as many leaves as you see off to the left and right of the trail. And because we had the rake from retired Ralph's Rental Emporium, thanks Dad, she thought, hey, would that rake be good to use? And that would be wonderful to use because I used the box blade on this last season. And when we came out, we're pulling some trees and stuff, which box blade's a little more rough, get some of the big rocks, some of the high spots, and that rake just really kind of finishes it out.
I actually feel like I can walk the trail now and look at the scenery instead of constantly watching the ground to make sure I'm not going to twist my ankle.
Yeah. Nala's very appreciative for the extra clean trail because
yes, she is.
Her little arthritis legs want something smooth. That thing works like a charm though, once you get used to it and kind of realize how the rake is going to push the material out to the edges.
Yeah.
Plus it is, I believe, almost 1.5 feet wider than my box blade.
Oh.
So as far as effective area, the box blade, I have to do 2 passes back and forth at least. And then the rake, you technically can get away with 1, but it's always,
that second one really does
the second one, that double up, man, that's where the difference is made.
That's why I was kind of getting stuck in some places though, because the rake is wider than the tractor.
Yeah, well, and you got to admit, probably one of the hardest things to get used to is the turning radius of the tractor, where you have to look when you're getting ready to turn between these trees. Like you got to check the front corners of your bucket, you got to check the back and right and left of your attachment.
It's a lot. There's a lot of back and forth.
And it's not like a car. You turn and it kind of takes everything that second, for the bucket and everything to whip around. You're like, oh, I have to anticipate it a little better.
Yeah.
This is probably our roughest spot on the spot that we are on right now. Just because, I don't know if you can really tell, but there's some water runoff. Whoop, focus is gone. Some water runoff there and there. Plus, I think this is a very common place that deer come over from the adjacent property, that more open pasture, and they enter our land right here. We are technically, I bet the bird run is about right here. So we're more in line with like where the old barn and chicken coop used to be. Ish, give or take.
You can't see that far away. He's just making stuff up.
Oh, it's not about sight. It's those that have been watching forever. They're like, I know exactly where he's talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Look at the trail.
Nala's waiting on us. It looks so good.
We couldn't even see the trail before we did it. It was all just leaves and twigs and sticks and rocks. So it's just kind of a good preparation. And in fact, we've had like 35, 40 mile an hour wind gusts today, and I expected to see more leaf coverage back down on the trail, which, even if so, more time for Shannon to practice, right?
Yeah, it actually does need a couple more passes on it just to kind of clean it up a little bit.
Ooh, this is the part you really got to be proud of, because this is a super difficult area. When you're coming right here to try to make the left on our original trail, you got to take a wide turn out to miss those 2 white oaks over there and come over here. That's where the bucket's got to go up. All the while you're carrying material behind you. So you did a really good job at keeping it off the trail, and then you even pushed some of it back there.
Thanks.
You did awesome.
Thank you. I was having a lot of fun with it, I will say.
Ooh, you can't say that, because I like to pretend like it's a lot of work when I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'm finding out the truth, really.
Well, I don't have somebody that comes and saves me if I get it bound up or stuck on a corner, or I can't get it out, or I get a root, or I knock the tire off. So, I mean, it's a little more work when you start being a little sketched. Yeah, this is the new addition to the trail that we just did. I think we did this past fall, didn't we?
I think so. It was after you got the brush cutter. It was after you got the tractor, so yeah.
Hey, you know what? Even since we've been out here, there's already deer tracks. The animals actually use our trail And I can come back here on the four-wheeler and you'll see them bolting across the trail and they're like, hey, thanks for doing that. It's awesome.
That is awesome. Nala knows which way to go now.
She knows where to go.
It's so pretty out here, even without the leaves on the trees, but I would say probably within a month, we are gonna see so much greenery because I already see green popping in different places. Man, it's different coming back here at sunset time because it lights up so much different than in the mornings.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're 5 o'clock. She just run something off.
I don't know.
We're probably about less than an hour and a half from true sunset. Yeah, very pretty time of day. Fortunately, we saved all that daylight with daylight savings time.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't throw everybody's schedule off or anything.
Nala gets real impatient with us sometimes. She's like, come on.
Yeah, I think while we were out here, I was able to get a couple of widowmakers down too that I've been wanting to deal with for a while.
Yeah. This section of the trail, we actually need to come back and do a couple more passes on. We only did one pass on this trail. So we're gonna have to do a little bit more work, but it still is better than it was.
Oh yeah.
This is another tight turn where Kyle had to get me unstuck.
Well, and if I'm being honest, just like those saplings up at the front of the property or up by your office, so many of these trees, like this guy in particular, you know, he's trying to grow next to that triple tree right there and this one over here. And if this is the big problem of getting through here, which it is, probably just needs to go.
Okay.
You know? Because he is under the canopy of all three of these trees.
Yeah. This is the spot you were working on when all the birds showed up.
Yeah. That's also where I got the tractor stuck.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Nice work.
Oops. And people wonder why I hop my tires off my rims all the time.
Yeah.
Don't know. It's not because I do stuff like this.
It's your tractor, babe.
I want to keep it in good condition. But I was smarter this time and I didn't just like use the torque and power of the tractor to try to pull out of it. I stopped, And I looked and there was a branch underneath that had wrapped itself around one of the somethings under there.
It wasn't a branch, it was a tree.
It was a small tree, yeah. But I had my little handsaw and was able to cut it out and not harm the tractor. Tree was a different story, but you know.
It happens.
I think there's always going to be stuff to do to this trail.
I
There will
agree with
never
that.
come a day that you're just like, I never have to touch the trails again, which is pretty common on any land or homestead. And we enjoy it.
And then one of these days, I'm gonna get to have my Christmas light trail. Because after you do so much work to it, why not line it with Christmas lights? I'm just saying.
Our ultimate dream with this trail, aside from Shannon's Christmas light trail and me breaking world records on the four-wheeler running this trail, because I've already tried it before, sort of. We love having Nala out here. We love having Hercules out here. Bruno is too young to be out here. We can't treat him for fleas, ticks, lice, termites, rhinoceroses. There's a lot of different things you can't treat a puppy that young for. So we do not bring him out here. The ticks are coming around, the mosquitoes are out. So he doesn't get to do the trail yet, but man, the day that we can get Bruno, Herc, and Nala out and they all get along and walk this trail with us,
That'd be awesome.
we'll be happy campers, quite
Super
literally.
awesome. In the meantime, Nala just really enjoys her solo walks.
She does. When Herc's out here with her, she always gets back to the camper with some slobber spots on her sides. And I don't like it. That's not princess at all. It's so hard to imagine even how thick it will be. We say this every season change.
I know.
I don't mean to be repetitious, but it's still new.
It still hits you hard every time.
Yeah, and for us, it's new enough because, you know, our house in the city, we had one tree that we planted. We had grass that would go dormant, and then I would always try to get it to, you know, go green before my neighbors would. And I'd be like, yeah, I won. But that was really boring compared to this. This is the life. This is the country life, and we enjoy all of it.
Yeah.
Even the wasps.
You guys heard that.
I lied.
Kyle just said he enjoys the wasps.
I lied right to you. I was just trying to psychologically get myself to be, no, I don't like the wasps.
So guys, I really enjoyed my time on the tractor. I do have to say, it was a lot of fun, and seeing that instant gratification of the work that you're doing as soon as you do it, like, that just makes you feel good, you know?
It's kind of like trimming a beard or getting a haircut or mowing the grass, right?
I don't do any of those things except get my hair cut occasionally, so.
They're in the same category.
Yeah, babe, exactly.
It's that instant gratification. You put the effort in, you see the results,
Yes.
and then you go put in more fuel and you keep going.
Yep. So we're gonna keep on working on it.
All right, guys, Bruno's up there recharging. Got to go take him off the charging stand, get him out, wear him out, all the good stuff. Mr. Hercules, we will, of course, update you in the very next video. We will not make you wait. Let you know how he's doing and the diagnosis that the vet gives us.
Yep.
But we've been keeping an eye on him since we got his foot wrapped. He's been resting a lot. He's doing great. He's such a good boy.
He's so good. He's so sweet.
But I know there's going to be some concerns and some care and some prayer. We love and appreciate all of them. We love and appreciate all of you. And thank you for coming on this journey with us. As always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Good girl, Nala.
Oh,
You're such a good girl.
back out to the open.
I can't believe the birds never joined us.
It's because we didn't fire up the tractor.